Well, all right. Welcome everyone to today's live stream. Subnautica Below Zero, High Off Topic, Stinky, B Brothers. Thank you all for joining already, getting the chat started. And Stinky, thank you for sharing the information there. We're going to do some building today because that's what this is. The big thing about for live streams. We're going to do building focused stuff as opposed to where in the videos I'm just doing the story gameplay. So we're going to do as much building as we can. We also, right before the start of the stream, I got a notification for, well, if it'll highlight it, we got another drop pod that has appeared now. So, yeah, we're going to be doing that. But I've got the stuff ready. We are going to start with the production kind of work level. If you watched last time, basically we started with the top for our plants. The second level down is the living quarters. And, of course, I am hemorrhaging water now. We're going to do one of these. And I need my lithium. Let me get in. Yes. Did not block it. I thought surely I would have enough. Oh. Come on. Surely I've got some lithium. There we go. So, yeah, we're going to get that going. Noticing I'm having a lot more trouble this time around with faces and the reinforcement requirements than I did in the original game. I don't know if it's just I'm not paying as much attention this time around or if it's something else. Good afternoon, Prom Sonic. Thanks for joining in. Capper, Marvel, Stuffs. What's up? Ronald, hello. And Jake, hello. Let's see who else we got. Michael, we've been streaming, about 1 minute. We're just getting started, and we're going to go for the normal about 3 hours. Assuming I don't run out of stuff to build. This fits all this. I'm going to have to go and get a lot of lithium today, I believe. But fortunately with this, I'm now getting a production level. Basically, I want to have... We got the control room, so I have a marker for the base, so I don't have to keep the little base marker there. We got a moon pool, so I can start recharging my sea truck. And that's going to make things a little bit easier in the end. Next, I want to do a scanner room. That's the other thing we got to do today. We definitely got to get a scanner room to help find resources, because we're going to need a lot of resources, since, I've got to build big. We're going to test how well the game runs with a big build for this series of live streams. We're going to focus on a lot of base builds, different places, just see what kind of problems we run into performance-wise and weirdness in terms of building. I'm sure most of this will probably stay very similar in the end game. And so we got that. I know I'm going to need some more lithium. So let's let that charge. I'll go grab some lithium real quick. And it should be easy enough to find over in this direction. As it is, it's going nighttime, isn't it? Of course, it's got, become night, get dark right as I start. I know I've got the filmic setting on, and it definitely feels not just that contrast, but everything's darkened, which does make it a little bit tougher to see, especially when I have bright lights in my face for the camera. There we go. So we should have silver, gold. There should be some magnetite around this area as well. We want to see how things start to respawn once we have a scanner room going, and we could actually see how dense some of the scans are showing up. Like if it's lithium, I've got a ton of it. I go grab a ton of lithium. The next time there's barely any left, then we'll kind of know that it's not fully respawning everything yet. It's kind of hard to tell unless you happen to remember exactly what this place looks like. And I'm being chased. There are like 4 of them after me, all at the same time. I'm pretty sure there was lithium right here. I know there was some lithium like in this little area. So I'm thinking it's going to end up being similar to the original game, maybe, where once you get out of the area for long enough, it will respawn more of the resources, but not when you stay super close. So hopefully, maybe we do some traveling today, see if we can find some other stuff. Also, just scanner room is going to be nice. Alright, got my thermal blade, let's go. Oh, come on! One more hit. That's all I needed. One more hit, and I'd have some crypto sausage. I feel like we should be allowed to harvest some of them. You know, kill them, and then you can collect like a little bit of meat from them. As long as you have the knife. You can't just grab them, like, pick it up from them. You actually have to, like, go at them and then do, like, an animation where it cuts into them. That would be cool to add. You know, similar to another survival game. You go in there, you cut, you know, up the prey you captured, and there we go. I've come way along over here. Put a platform underneath. Yeah, I'm trying to avoid using any foundations. I just don't like foundations that much, especially when, you know, we know there's a lot of stuff being not fixed in this version of the game that are bugs from the original, and the original game has performance issues with foundations. Ow! Kind of deserved that. I swam right towards them, and you were like, didn't know what to do there, Mr. Bladderfish. But yeah, I know platforms, the foundations, you know, they're probably focusing more on people using that, but, you know, I've seen it again and again. Once you get past, I'm not even sure what the number is, but there's a certain number of platforms, once you get past that, and you start trying to place them down, if they go green, it just massively lags the game up. But as long as it's red saying you can't place it, you're perfectly fine. So I'm trying to avoid doing the foundations right now. We'll probably do it on another base. I know it's not a matter of how many foundations in the game map. It's always a matter of how many are part of a given base. And you don't see that same effect with the hull reinforcements. I mean, they lag up with the whole big base and it redrawing everything, but it doesn't cause it to like lag when you're trying to place them down before you even start building. But right now, I'm not going to worry about it. We'll probably do a foundation type thing somewhere else. A little bit higher up where we can use that as a trick for maybe building up above the water level. I know I'm going to do some land bases. Probably not in the glacial basin necessarily, but I definitely want to do a land base somewhere that I can really test the base building elements for land, because I'm not having good luck with it in the video series so far. It's very, very much nowhere close to what the original game is in terms of building on land. It's very difficult to get it to line up the right way, and like, even if you're on the level you want to build, it will automatically try to build higher up, but then you go higher up and it lets you build as low as you were trying to build when you're standing right there. So it's just very weird in some cases right now on the land-based stuff, but we'll get to that later. Let's see, we've got reinforcements. I'm not going to put anything in the middle here, so this is going to be an open floor, just focusing on the whole, you know, having kind of like production value stuff. So we're going to have probably this side over here being all about the production element. I may actually forego the hatch completely just because we do have the moon pool, easy to get inside through. Worst case, I might put a hatch like right there. Definitely we'll do these on this part, because what I'm going to do, why's that one? I don't have anything built over there. Do I? I didn't put anything on that side. I don't think. It's supposed to be everything over on this side, or did I? What? Okay, so that's not... I have noticed some weirdness with that too, where it's acting like I have something somewhere that I can't build. And I'm like, there's nothing there on that one. We may take that out and use that as the hatch. Or worst case, if it won't let me build that there. Yeah, it won't let me build that either. I can't build here because there's a partition inside. If I can build here, I can't build here. Can't build there either. It's very weird in some cases still in the building. Like just random stuff that's like, oh yeah, I guess you don't need to build here. Nah, it's not a problem. We do a hatch here. Nope. It's not even gonna let me do a hatch there. It's not gonna let me build that there. That's weird. Like, is it something to do with the proximity to these? Like, I can't build straight across? I mean, that would make sense for this spot right here. I should be able to build right there. That's very weird. So, random places, it seems that it's not wanting to even let me do anything. And where's... Oh, come on now. Oh, yeah, I did use that one lithium. That was one lithium I found, so we need more. A lot more. We gotta get some actual, like, organization going today, too. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do this. Yeah, crypto sausage is the goal. That's what we need. Now, applying the armor from the Cryptosuchus, I don't know if it'd be kind of like... They would have to do something different about it. Because if you go too direct with it, you're going to be kind of thinking of, say, green hell. You kill an armadillo and, you know, use it for some armadillo armor kind of thing. I always think if we did something with the Cryptosuchus armor, it would be like used as the raw material, like diamonds used. But if we have access to diamond, why not use that? If Cryptosuchus armor is so much better, then why would we... you know, need diamond. You know, so it probably would be more of a case of, oh, we've got diamond, let's just use diamond for that sort of thing. But maybe, you know, maybe something with, like, at least the food aspect would be kind of nice. Well, thank you, Stuart. I try to make things interesting when I build. I like it to, you know, look decent. Alright, we got a bunch of titanium still. Not a lot. I do want to get a scanner room going before too long. So the problem is I can't build it where I want to build it. Like, I wanted to build a scanner room right here, and it's not letting me. It's acting like I can't build anything there. Maybe I can do a scanner room, but not do a reinforcement for some reason. Let's try a scanner room. Alright, so that builds. That builds. It'll even let me build the scanner room over the spot where there's reinforcement. I just can't build the reinforcement there. Not sure about that one. I feel like if this is functional, then why is the reinforcement not functional? What's the problem with the reinforcement being put there? Yeah, that doesn't seem to make sense, really. We need 2 copper, 1 gold. Yep, that 1 gold. Table coral sample, I think. Yeah, let's go ahead and grab my last 2. That should be coverage for this. Yeah, I can target it from there. There we go. So we'll have a scanner room. I've got some magnetite. There's magnetite nearby. We could do at least the range upgrades. Definitely need range upgrades, don't we? Alright, so I'm going to need total 4 or 4. We'll get this done, and that will make things maybe a little bit easier. Alright, got 2. 3. Alright, we'll do 3, and then I'll just remember to find some magnetite while we're out gathering other stuff, and we'll have our 4th range upgrade. This should work well enough for now. Hey, Alex, how's it going? Hey, Victory Shout, thanks for joining in. Ballistics, good morning to you, or afternoon. Good night. Well, it depends on where you are in the world, I guess. Driving the speeder fund? You mean the Snow Fox? If you're meaning the Snow Fox, then no. I don't think it's fun. Yeah, let's do lithium. And, oh, I still need to make the heads-up display. So, of course, I need one more magnetite. Forgot about that part. And the chip. And, of course, for the chip, I need table coral sample. So, until I have that, probably a good idea to go ahead and stop this. Alright, so 1 magnetite. Actually, do I... Yeah, go ahead. Oh, I do have table coral sample still. Okay, so I just need the magnetite for it. And we'll make a computer chip. Where's that mark? There it is. Did it break again? No, it's just very dim. I know this leads to that little crevice, and there is magnetite in that crevice where the thermal plant is. That's actually not the one I originally looked for. That was the other one that leads to the prawn suit. The one I was looking for was actually easier to get to, but I have not found it again. Should be one right through here, and it always has a lot of magnetite around it. I felt like it was there. But it's not all thermaled up right now. Oh, precursor tech. Did I get this one already? Yes, I did. And that one. That's right. That's what this is. Alright. Come on. Magnetite. Somewhere through here. This is that other side. Oh. Come on. I know there's gotta be something through here. I found plenty. There we go. One. The one piece I need. Let's go ahead and grab, I think. Just need, is it the, wait, no, it's like computer chip. There's something I keep remembering I have to get like 3 copper or 3 gold for. I feel like it's computer chip. Oh, advanced wiring kit. That's what it is. Hey, and lithium. Just what I was actually going to be looking for anyway. We'll grab this. I do like that there's way more stuff that gives you titanium, and that helps, but I miss the metal salvage, honestly, now, because again, it seems the further you get into the game, or at least for me, the more I'm actually seeing the titanium drop rate change. Like at the beginning, I'll get mostly titanium, tons of titanium. Then it gets to a point where it's like, well, now I'm getting mostly copper or silver or gold, and I'm not getting as much titanium. Alright, here we go. Yeah, Snow Fox, Sea Truck are definitely 2 of the bigger disappointments for the game right now. I really think they're going to have to do a major rework. I mean, if they want people to really like playing the game and using them, they're going to have to do that. But if they feel personally that, you know, like, oh, hey, as a group, they like it, they think it's great, they think we just got to get used to it, then they're probably not going to change it. But I've been playing it, and I'm still not getting used to it. I'm still very much against the Snow Fox and Sea Truck right now. I just don't see them being anywhere close to good enough to be continued use. And I forgot to keep my gold. Alright, so we just need the computer chip. Hey, did I gain more gold, or was it just that? Got that. Gear chip and magnetite. And we'll have our scanner heads-up display upgrade. Yay. And now, make actual good use of my my extra thermal power. Give me lithium. And I need to... that. Alright, so we're at plus 28. I think we're good for a little bit, so I can do some work. Oh, hey, look at that. Already getting blips everywhere. And I can't forget, we do have that new drop pod I need to go to. Can't remember what that drop pod has, but hey, it's got something for me. I don't have to do anything special for it except go get it. So yeah, why not go get free stuff? Let's see what happens with you. 5 hits. That was an interesting little death dance kind of thing. Instead of just flipping upside down and being I'm dead, it was I'm gonna flip upside down, act like I'm doing something, and then spread my legs out. I was like, I'm excited, I'm died. I'm gonna do a flip and then spread my legs for you. Let's see, where, I think that's closer. I haven't done it in the original game, but I probably will eventually in this game, maybe mod to use the improved, and of course I can't get to that one. Again, we've got that same thing where something spawns inside the terrain. But I'll probably use, there's a mod I know for the original Subnautica that you can, it will let you show the blips differently, so it will tell you which ones are closer and further away. That would be, I think, quite beneficial in this one since we don't have like metal salvage, so we're going to be reliant on not just finding lithium or something like that, but we're also going to be looking for the outcroppings very specifically, and it'll make for a more efficient work flow, I guess you could say, since I'm going to avoid using the sea truck as much as I can. Instead of drive out, you know, if I'm going to use the sea truck, I'm driving out and parking for a little bit. I think that's the one that was inside the terrain, so we'll grab this one. And that gives me enough for some reinforcements. There we go. Yeah, the sea moth was definitely really good. I mean, I understand that whole realistic aspect of you want something that's kind of an interim, you know, like a sub that's adjustable, that gives more of that base functionality, but at a sacrifice, the more modules you add, the slower it goes, kind of thing. But, you know, the sea moth, you added more storage modules to it, and it didn't slow down. At least not anywhere near as noticeably as the sea truck does when you put a single module on it. So I don't know why they think, yeah, we're gonna just keep putting more and more slowness to this design and make it where it's getting less and less useful to me every time I play using the snow fox or the sea truck. I'm just finding it more and more a case I'm about to just spawn in the sea moth and say bye-bye sea truck. Because even the sea moth would be so much more beneficial right now than just the sea truck. Sea truck is so lacking in so many aspects of what it should be for it to truly replace the sea moth and cyclops. And you know, the problem is, it's not that we're being given a choice. Do you want to use the sea moth or do you want to use the sea truck? It's you're using the sea truck because you don't have a choice. You don't get the sea moth. You don't get the cyclops right now. You have to use the sea truck. That's another thing I really don't like having to do with this, that they did with this game, is we're kind of forced to use the new elements, even if they're not as good. Even if we don't like them. Like, sorry, you're going to do this, and... Oh, that's interesting. Now it's actually let me build there. So, I'm going to redo that. So we'll have another one, because that's going to give me sufficient there. And then I'm going to put some more reinforcements up here once we do some decorating as far as the partitions in that area. I don't want to be reliant on a certain reinforcement, have to take it out for a partition to be set up and look right. This is not going to have partitions. This is going to be production. And I'm thinking I'm going to do a multi-purpose room coming off of this side and do that as a stack for, you know, seeing how well it works in terms of, I still can't get, like, sea monkeys to hatch their eggs. I'm assuming that's not enabled yet. I'm hoping that it's going to be. So can we put a pingling down? Alright, so not... Can't drop here. Come on. I want to have them wandering around the base. Why are you looking at me funny like that for? Alright, so that does not work inside the base. We'll find when we do a land-based build where we do either above water level or something like that, and I use the foundations, maybe create like a walking space. We'll see if we can build something that kind of encloses it and lets them go and wander around. I can have a little playpen for some pinglings. We'll see if they grow up. Need more sea monkey eggs. Alright, so now let's build in here. Let's do stuff here. We're gonna do... I've already done the partition where I had, like, okay, we've got the bathroom. And we had, like, the bedroom and stuff like that all in the same area. And all these storages are going to come out very shortly. We're going to move all this down to the level below once we start getting some design work going here. So we're going to do... I think what I'm going to do... why am I getting a problem there? Oh, this is definitely a buggy element of the game. Like, very buggy element. We'll make a closet. Actually, that's a kind of a good idea. Alright, how well is that going to actually work right there? Yes, I can put a door. So we're going to have a closet space in the bedroom. At least. Yep, here's our closet. So we'll do like... we'll do like this. We'll do some lockers in here as like, you know... Well, let's see. Where are we at? We're going to do one in front. One on the side there. And we'll take that out. Move it right about there. And then... one more there. There we go. So we've got... yeah. That'll work. We got a closet kind of thing. I'm not spreading my legs for you. I was talking about the rock lobster spreading its legs for me. I kill it and it spread its legs for me. That's kind of, you know, a weird thing for one of the creatures to want to do. Like, thanks for stabbing me with your thermal blade. Here you go. Now, that's definitely another one. We need a rock lobster option, too, for food. Where once you kill them, you could go and actually, like, have an animation, like, chopping off a leg. And then, like, oh, hey! It's not, you know, it's not like lobster here you might get in a store, but it's like it's a supersized lobster leg. Alright, so we've got at least that working. Where's the problem that I'm having here? Because let's see. This is above. Ooh, I know what it is. I bet this is the problem. For some reason, it does not want to build underneath the alien containment, which if this is the case, they're going to have to fix that. There's just no way around it. They're going to have to fix this. If this is the problem. We're going to take this all out. I was want to use this room anyway for, like, you know, plants. So that's not a problem. But let's see what it does. If this works... Okay, so that didn't do it, having it partially built. Let's take the thing completely out. I think I've got room still. Got like 10 bladderfish in inventory, but... Alright, try again. If it works, then... That's the problem. And that is the problem. So you can't build underneath the alien containment. That's kind of bad, I would say, actually. Now put them in the aquarium like a pingling or the bladderfish. I know I could put the bladderfish in an aquarium. And why am I not... Okay, I could build that door. Bathroom. I really don't want to have, like, the bedroom being, like, another door. So I can't build there. I've got to do that. Alright, we're going to do... Alright, so we're going to do this. I'm going to take this out. And so basically the bathroom is going to be my private bathroom. Access through the bedroom is what I'm thinking. Kind of thing. We're going to do something with that. Bunch of glass there. Yeah. And I'm out of titanium except for the one piece. And a little... Come on. It does get a little slow at times when you try to, you know, access things in inventory. Let's put them there for now. I need titanium. I know we've got an option for just straight titanium, but I'm pretty sure that's not gonna... That's gonna be more of like a drillable deposit. So... Let's see, we'll just go with the... We'll go with limestone. That should give me a decent result, I think. Assuming I find any. Don't kink shame the creatures? I mean... I'm not shaming it because it's kinky. I'm just shaming it because I don't know why it decided to spread its legs after it's like, as it's dying. Like, also more importantly, why did it decide to do a flip in the air or in the water? You know, jump up and flip in order to say, thanks for stabbing me. Syndicate Panda, thanks for the subscribe. And oh, Mithrill, thank you for the subscribe. Didn't see that earlier, but thank you if you're with us right now. Some good results on titanium with this so far. So maybe I've got... Yes, something's working in my favor now. I don't have that much titanium, so it's like, we'll let him have some. We'll let him get a better result on the RNG this time. Alright, and copper is fine too. I'm going to need copper. That's I don't have that much because, you know, copper wire, computer chips, you know, just use it up actually fairly quickly. I mean, that was one of the things I was having problems with at one point in the original game not too long ago until I actually had the, what was it, the mining rig mod that I installed, and once we set up one of those, it was like, oh yeah, this is perfect. You know, no problems getting tons of copper then. check here. Ooh. There you go. He actually... It sounded like he was coming in after me.
Seek fluid intake.
Yeah, I know. Oh, you're stuck! Good. Alright, 5 hits on them too, so... There's a lot of creatures that are dying with 5 hits from the thermal blade. That makes me very hopeful we're not going to have a creature that takes like 200 hits to kill. Unless it's the, Shadow Leviathans. Possibly them. I could understand maybe them, but I'm hoping it's not like several creatures that just take super large amounts of hits, making it a pain to sit there and do that. Locksty the Man, thank you for the subscribe if you were with us.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Now, how am I doing? A few. That's enough to get going for a moment. Cut that back off. And let's see if we can fix this, because it's... Problem is, like, how is that working? Because I'm pretty sure that is right in the middle where that partition was. Oh, now I can't detach it. Like, really? I can't detach that either. Okay, there's a bug. Oh, no, you did not. Oh, no, you did not. Oh, there we go. I got it through. Okay. Yeah, what the... So it let me build the door there even though the partition was in the way, and then it's like, nope, you can't do this. Where can I place that? We may just have to have the bathroom and bedroom all part of the same thing. Like one central room, because it's not lining up the way I want. It's funny, you could build a partition like that. So you basically have like an outside track. Maybe we could do that on one level where I just build a track that goes around. We have a walking track. Like you go through a door and you just walk circles around the room. You don't see much. You just see this little crevice. The coordinates for the crash ship near the radio tower. I don't know the coordinates offhand. Victory shout. I know in the videos I'm at that point in the story that I'm starting to get some stuff triggering that has no audio for it. So I know there's still stuff that can be triggered in like the video series that I'm doing, but there's no audio. So I'm at that point now that we're getting into stuff where there's no completion happening to it. We're not going to ever have a voice for that. We're probably going to have a completely different text and possibly theme later on once they do the new story for it. Yeah, the base room, the big room is kind of, it's not a huge disappointment, I would say, yet, but it's definitely not as functional as it could have been. They could have done a better job. Absolutely. I mean, there's so many different things they could have tried with it to make it better. I mean, the partitions are very stiff, in terms of placement, because they're sticking to the whole snapping element. It's just, there's certain things that they definitely could have adjusted a little bit around and say, let's do this just a little different this time and give the players more freedom. That's why I'm still thinking right now, based on my recent experience playing, I'm still finding No Man's Sky to be, in terms of just the building element, much better than this. It's actually one of the best building games I've played with in a while now that I'm starting to get used to it, and they've made some improvements. Oh, maybe we do this. Maybe we take this door out and take that off, so we have a walk-in closet. Like, here's the closet. So we could take that out. Let's see, where can I place? Nope, door can't go right there because the partition wall is too close. Okay, well, if we do this. Because I still like the idea of a bathroom being separate. In case you do have crazy old lady come up, she wants to use the bathroom, you can let her in there and not into your bedroom. I'm thinking, let's take this out. Put that back. See that jump it made me do? That was a little weird. Alright, so we got that. Well, if we do it here, that's the closet space. That way we can have our little closet space. Maybe it's like a dressing room. You know, you come through and you're, getting changed. Alright, so it's not placing there to this. Alright, so the door works on that. We can still have a closet like I want it to be. I used up all my, oh no, I didn't. Was it? Oh, it's not letting me target it from the doorway. It's kind of, irritating. Let's see, and we got that. Right there. We got a little walk-in closet. It's kind of a tight squeeze, but we're not... Our character's not like other women. She doesn't have a huge shoe collection. That's just gonna be for, like, some stuff, some clothes and everything. We're gonna do the single bed. No, we want some room. We want some luxury space, so we're gonna do that. I really would like it on the other side, but door's in the way. Alright, we need fiber mesh. I don't think, yeah. Got to go get some fiber mesh. That's just, yeah, 2 of the creepvine samples. I also want to see if we could get creepvine growing again. I haven't actually planted any creepvine yet. So we'll try that with, like, multi-purpose room. Now that I've also built the partitions up there, let's see. Let's try. Okay, so it lets me build under the partitions. And it lets me build on top of the partitions. It just won't let me build the partitions with the alien containment already in place. So that we're gonna do later. I'm gonna wait. I'll put it back in place, have everything going again, and then I'll find out. Guess what? I wanted to change some partitions around. So we're gonna wait on that. Because this is a nice little space, though. Alright. Creepvine. Let's grab some of that. And get some more decoration going. I think closest is in this direction. Yeah, it is, like, I mean, from a modding standpoint, I'm sure it's probably bad, but it's definitely problematic in terms of the design. I mean, granted, if I was to pick anything as being problematic in terms of design, my first choice is the most problematic, the worst design element, T-Truck. It's just, there's so many things about it that just are not designed in the way you would expect it to be designed for actual use. Storage module that has pitiful storage. It looks like it actually would carry more than it does. It's just absolutely awful storage. And fabricator module, it still has a blank wall with what looks to be a storage bench, but nothing there. And more importantly, it's supposed to be a mobile base you can drop off if need be. What if I want to come back to that base later on when I'm just out with the Sea Glide? I want to leave it in some spot where I can go down and just kind of do a little work. And of course, what I came out here for, and I am already inventory full again. But yeah, it's supposed to be, you know, a portable base that you can leave, but there's no power unless the sea truck's docked. You know, they need to do an overhaul on the sea truck if they're going to want people to actually care to play using it. Otherwise, I'm sure you and other modders, Prime, are going to be going crazy at doing stuff to make things work better. Or when final release hits, there's going to be people that are saying, you know what, I'm not going to use Sea Truck. I'm just going to go ahead and unlock a Sea Moth for myself. Even though I know I can get to it down the road, I'm going to unlock it, you know, at a later stage with a scan. I'm going to unlock it now so I can build it and not deal with the Sea Truck. That's what will happen if they don't do a big fix to it. The sea monkeys, I can't put the sea monkeys themselves. I know I could put the eggs in the alien containment. And so far in my previous testing before the deep dive update, I was able to put, you know, like 3, maybe 4 eggs, I think, at one point, in both the alien containment for a multi-purpose room as well as the larger containment in the big room, and neither case did they actually hatch. They didn't do anything. Let's go ahead and dump stuff in here. Like the titanium, I know I'm going to need. We'll do the glass in here too, because that's very specific material. Don't want to leave that. And that gives me some more of those, which is great. And how much do I eat? H2O, cold resistant 60 seconds. I don't ever noticed the cold resistance on that. That's not very long.
Welcome
Actually,
aboard, Captain.
You know what? We're going to do... I'm going to move this. Because I don't want this auto-docking. Because I don't want the lost speed right now. We're going to use this to go out. We're going to get that drop pod and get some creep vine. Be a little easier to do than going with the sea glide. Cards and games. I am building a bedroom and a bathroom. Yeah, I think I've got all the stuff I would need for that. It's mostly titanium, but yeah, we're gonna do like decoration stuff, like bedroom stuff like that. The planters, the only thing I've got planters to work is the wall planters. I haven't been able to scan any of the planter pots, and from what I've been reading on the wiki right now, the only way to get the exterior grow bed is experimental. They've got a new spot added in experimental that's not in the stable branch, and indoor grow beds, planter pots are not actually enabled in the game unless you use command to do it. And that very well may be something we will do very shortly, because there's no sense to have them like in the game visibly on display. You can't scan them. At the least, the planter pot should have been unlocked already in the game. I think they might have originally planned to put the planter module for the sea truck in and have you using that, so they would basically force people to use it and see what kind of responses they got from people using it. But in the end, they put it in, but you can't build it. So, oh, that's that drop pod that landed up there. Okay, never mind. We're not worried about the glacial basin. That can come much later. That's something I will worry about way down the line. I've had enough glacial basin to last me a few weeks. Alright, let's get a bunch of creep vine samples. I'm just grabbing all I can right now. There we go. And that should be enough. That should keep me going for a little while. Alright. Goodbye, Ronald. Thanks for hanging out. or cars and games. Cyclops is technically in the game, I believe, but you have to use a code to get it. I know the Seed Moth is in the game. You have to use a code to, you know, unlock it to where you can build it. I don't know if they're really going to finally release the Cyclops in. It may be a remnant of the port from the original game, because, you know, they pulled a lot of stuff over from the original game, including a lot of bugs and performance problems. But it may end up being the Cyclops is not used, because there are places in the game it's going to be harder to maneuver it. Granted, in the original game, that was mostly the safe shallows. Everywhere else, you didn't have as much problem getting it in through most of the biome space. A few places would be tight to fit, but you could get through. Here, there seems to be a lot more focus on tighter squeezes and more shallow areas, so they may not be releasing the Cyclops in the game. But, you know, it depends also how deep they plan to go. It wouldn't make sense for us to have a higher grade prawn suit depth module that could take us way below the sea boss or sea truck's limit, unless we get another upgrade module for the sea truck itself to allow it to go deeper. I'm hoping we get the Cyclops, because honestly, I'm at that point of saying I'll spawn in whatever I have to at full release if they haven't fixed the sea truck, because it's just terrible. Just absolutely terrible. And clear that. 8. And there we go. Alright, and we got that. I also hope they do fix the alien containment. So in the end, we do have the containment showing the grow bed stuff in it. Or even the big room, because right now the big room is just like the frame enclosure, but not the actual like dirt and everything in it. Am I from Texas, Mr. Lee? No, I'm not from Texas. Horrible loading issues? Do you mean like loading the game or loading in like terrain? Because I have seen issues in the game where it's very problematic with terrain in some places, where I'll be moving along and then it's very slow to load some of the terrain at times. But, you know, for the most part, I mean, it is slow loading the game. That's kind of a normal thing in the game, I guess you could say. Especially, you know, in the early version of the game. I know later on, it generally is better at loading speed for the game save, but right now I definitely am seeing a slower time or longer time on the loading screen when I'm trying to get into the game. But biggest thing I see is some of the terrain is very slow to actually render in as I go through areas. There's some cases where it just, it's like I'm looking at something, I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, you know, then suddenly there's something else there. Alright, so we have shower, toilet, sink, and because this is not directly connected to the bedroom where I just walk through, so like let's say I, you know, take the clothes off in the bedroom, come in here, then we're going to have a bench for stripping down, and we're going to put in, we'll do like one shelf. Well, no, shelf sticks out too much. We'll do a wall locker right there. You know, put your clothes in it while you get fresh and clean, and then I am out of that again. Yeah. I need titanium again. And I guess I'm going to dump this stuff in here for now. And that. Yeah, I definitely miss titanium from metal salvage now. This will let me at least use some of that glass up. There you go. Alright, so we got somebody from Poland and South Carolina, Slovakia, Cool, that's Slovakia. I know, yeah, Victory used New Zealand. I mean, technically, I guess, you know, you're southern, just not southern United States. You're southern part of the globe. Let's see, what are we gonna do? We're gonna go get titanium. I'm not even gonna worry about that. I'm just gonna go and look for some spots to harvest. I know we're going. There's plenty of outcroppings around. I got a spare battery to swap in when this dies. Oh hey, yeah, I gotta remember this. No seed clusters, but creep vine right here. I absolutely have to have some really quickly. I still want to try to build a setup for planting some. And yeah, we're taking the egg because you know what, we're gonna test it. I wasn't bothering you. That was mean. I think we're gonna need some. Can't remember if I unlocked it yet, but I definitely want to get some water purifiers going or water filtration. Seriously. I'm like leaving the area. Stop bothering me. Yeah, we may go find some scans today. Because I know there's a few places where there's quite a, I've seen so far at least in the video series, there's some places where you end up with a ton of blueprint scans well beyond what you need to actually unlock something, and then you just keep finding more and more. That might be the kind of new thing. Instead of metal salvage, you just go and find a lot of things to scan for blueprints that you don't need and get that titanium from it. Or maybe we're going to have like some kind of explosion or something like that happen later that creates some metal salvage laying around. That could be an interesting thing. Hey, we're sending down a ship for you. You know, we got things fixed. Here comes the ship, and boom! New weapon that we don't see occurs. You know, firing to protect, or, you know, Alan decides to take remote control of a cannon to protect himself from being discovered, and boom, we have some salvage. You know, that'd be kind of an interesting twist they could do for that. Alright, I've got titanium. No, no, no. And we're in the middle of a storm. Let's see, can we jump out? I so miss having the launching ability of the Sea Glide before. It used to work so much more fluidly than it does now. Ah! Forget dolphins and whales. We've got cryptos jumping out of the water. They're the dolphins of this game. Gosh, you don't mind the sea truck? That's surprising. Most people actually, or most people that I talk to kind of find it very disappointing. The shower, Ronald, is functional. I mean, it doesn't give like a special animation like when you use the bed and it does the whole sleep animation. You don't get anything special like that. You just get the shower turns on and you can stand under it. We'll do a quick shower. We're gonna get clean. Yeah, right, interact. There we go. See, I can step away, I can see it, and do that. Kind of walking issues on the side. I'm waiting to see them put something like in, like, I'm not seeing anything for it specific, but you know, at some point say like this is going to add X amount of power drain because it's pumping water from outside. Oh, and that's a good thing we could put in. Did I even get that? Yes, I've got the filtration machine. You know, I'm not going to do food production up here. That's going to be upstairs. Maybe do one down here. I mean, that did let me build there. Is there any option in the corners? It feels like the corners would be ideal for something like that. There's some of the placements, again, like the snapping thing definitely helps in certain cases with the game, but there's other places where it's kind of like, you know, if you got rid of the snapping thing, I could put this here and it would be fine. So, not putting it there. Maybe we just do... That's coming out anyway, because... It's not going to work up here, is it? No, it is. I don't know how well it will work, since this is... I kind of have it above water level. Let's just put it... Let's put it here for now. That way it's going, and... I don't think I'm actually going to want a hatch there just because it's so close to the moon pool. It doesn't really make sense to have a hatch with the moon pool right next to it. The copper wire, ruby. Do I have any gel sacks? Yes. Oh, and we got another pet put in. We're going to have to test that. I think I might actually be okay for the bladderfish at the moment. Now I've got that going, might actually be alright in terms of water overall, so we may just take that guy. Oh, I didn't make the copper wire. I did take... I got enough copper, I just didn't make it. This is all going to be moved down there shortly. Victory, yes, I got a scanner room. I'm just... You know, titanium comes with all the outcroppings. Even though it does say there's titanium, it's basically a drillable deposit. I know, so I'm going to maybe do that later. Okay, don't give me issues with building that here, please. I mean, I got that to work when it was giving me issues with the... Alright, there we go. I just didn't want to let me place it from inside again. Let's just find some outcroppings. They're all over the place. Grab that too. I'm gonna make a couple more batteries. That will be a bit helpful. And there we go. That some copper, and more importantly, titanium that I need. I'm gonna, you know, that also leads back to we've got titanium deposits, like the drillable ones, added in a lot of places, and it's not like you're seeing a lot of silver deposits or anything like that now. You see a lot of the titanium though, so it may be that's the other cases where you're supposed to be able to get a lot more titanium without it taking a super long time. Definitely look forward to having FC Studios port their mining rigs over in the mods for when we get into doing really big building in this modded. That will make things a lot easier. So now we'll do this. And this is either going to extend up and down or just up. But I will make this like a stacked tower of multi-purpose rooms for the alien containment. We're going to test it because it has the planting bed area at least visible. The last I tried one of those, I want to see if it actually will let me still plant in it. If so, then we're going to have some creepvine going. And there we go. Hey, Battlestar. You had a dream about being at the aquarium and saw all these Subnautica creatures on exhibit. Did you see them looking the way they do in the game, or did you see them looking like realistic? Like, did they look like they're straight from the game, or did you have some kind of, like, if they were real, this is what they would look like kind of dream? And did the peeper look really goofy with the super sized eye staring back at you? Okay, let's grab this. I mean, plenty of copper at the moment. We do a couple of batteries. I've got to be heading back towards the original survival pod now. I believe, or maybe just twisting around. There we go. Propulsion cannon fragment. Oh, what do I have? What up? Alright, you get to live. And he missed me again. Oh! I released the fish right at the exact moment he tried to take a bite. And somehow managed to entice him away from biting me to eat the fish. I can install what, but no water. Oh yeah, the filtration. Yeah, that's why I didn't put it on the top level, because the top level is like partially above water. I don't know if it would actually line up perfectly or not for it, so we'll just have the alien or the water filtration down lower. It's supposed to be down here anyway. This is the production level, so we'll do. I'm gonna actually just do the alien containment. Oh wait, I need to build the top piece still. I'm just going to do the alien containment, and when I need to, I'll use a hatch to get into each level to build the next one up instead of worrying about ladders, and then just come back out. So we'll have this. Ooh, yeah, we're not going that high, I guess, because I don't want to have that. So it'll either be 2 levels high, and we'll do a glass dome at some point too. I think that would be kind of nice to have it where if you swim inside it, go up, like, you know, elevator style. You also can just look out. Be a nice view for the fish to have. Alright, 5 glass. I know I still have some in place. Need to start pulling some of this stuff out and getting some actual storage going down below. Alright, so we're gonna do. I got the copper for it. I've got quartz. Yeah, we'll just do that. Yeah, we're gonna do a couple of batteries real quick. That'll free up some space, give me some stuff to swap out, and then we get our remaining 2 glass. And we're going to get our alien containment going again. And we're going to start with the sea monkeys. I'm not going to put the bladderfish back in yet. I can use them in the upper level one when I rebuild it after I'm done with all the partitioning on the living quarters. And I don't like having it where I walk right up and smack my face into a hatch on the inside. So there we go. We're gonna do that. We'll do the sea monkeys and see how that works. And of course I need food. Again, I'm not doing. Yep, I got room.
Vital signs stabilizing.
Doing a lot more just keeping myself stable this time around than I'd normally do, because I don't have a. It's that extra few steps to reuse the wall planters that is bothering me. You know what we can do? Where are they? put those in here for now. And let's see what else we have. We got bench, we got locker, we've got shower, toilet, sink. We have bed and our closet. I'm thinking we'll need a picture frame in here at some point. And there we go. So right there in that spot it disappears, but over here it seems fine. And they still haven't given us the ability to rotate these either. You'd think that would have been done by now. Like the original picture frames, but like, you know, that's a cool idea. Let them flip them around, have vertical oriented pictures. Oh, they looked real in your dream. I wonder how some of those turned out then. If you're an artist, I think that might be an indication you're supposed to like paint them or draw them, sculpt them, whatever. You know? Alright, we're gonna do vending machine and coffee machine up here. Trash can up here. We'll do like a kitchenette type of thing. You know what? Before we do that, we're gonna get some stuff moved downstairs. And because that lightning, at least it's not inverting the color. Actually, I think we're gonna do kind of, I like these because of space, since I'm not using any mods right now. But I definitely find it very problematic how the signs work. That's kind of like my problem with using those right now. Like, they don't want to work in the middle at all. No, we'll do just the wall lockers along the sides for storage so we can label them, and then over here I'll do some freestanding ones for like tools and such, because the snow fox does not fit in a wall locker, unfortunately. Yeah, still that lag from just trying to close things out. Alright, again, more titanium. The thing I'm missing the most right now. Let's go some lead. I actually am low on lead, it looked like, so this will help. You've always wanted to eat a peeper for some reason. Well, I mean, they might taste okay. Yeah, Battlestar, it'll probably be at least a year out before it comes to PlayStation, even early access for PlayStation. Well, that's right, it won't do early access, so it's going to be a while. I mean, considering they're redoing the entire storyline, or, you know, majority of the storylines, what they've said, with a new writer, I'm going to be surprised if they even get it out in a good functioning state this year. I'm betting if they really want a good product in the end that's going to get a lot of good reviews and make players happy, we're probably going to see this coming out more likely end of 2020, if not beginning of 2021. I don't think we're going to see it anytime before the end of this year with it being in a good playable state. I think if it's like out in the next 6 months, it's going to be riddled with bugs. There's going to be stuff that just isn't fully complete. It's going to be like, here's full release, but we're going to be continuing updates for, you know, the next year, polishing things up and basically finishing things. I don't see that being what they would do. I think it's going to end up being just a delayed release because of stuff not being done. As much as needs to be done still in the game, and as much as they're about to revamp, I don't see it being an early part of this year, unfortunately. Unless they're really paying overtime. I mean, they might be like, yeah, we're going to push and pay everybody extra to get this done. And, you know, at the end of all this, some people are going to be like, all right, that's it. I'm taking 6 months off because I'm tired of programming. I just don't see that being the case. They're obviously thinking about how much money are they spending on it? How much are they hoping to get out of it? Because it is a business, so I think they're going to try to make sure they have a good product, but they're not going to be like, we've got to hit a certain deadline with it being a good product and keeping costs under control. You know, that just doesn't tend to work out. You're going to pay way too much to get a good product, or you're going to pay, try to pay the same and get a very bad product. And they definitely don't want this to be a bad product. Obviously, they want this to be not just on par with the original game, they want it to be better. Which is why they're trying to add new items. But so far, you know, the new items are not performing as well. General consensus is leaning more towards the sea truck not being that great, needing work. Snow Fox needs work. And unless they're doing a Sonic the Hedgehog movie trick, I doubt that they said, let's just put it out in a bad state that everybody's going to sit there and ultimately kind of complain, you know, that it needs to be done better, this is messed up, this isn't working as well as it should, this is irritating. Instead of doing that and saying, all right, now here's the real design we've been planning for so that people won't complain as much because it's better, I feel like they're just actually testing the waters to see how it worked out, and they hoped it would work out better than it has. And it may be a case that they're just struggling to get some of the really good ideas that they need for this game to really stand out as well as the original game did. A good amount of lead on that trip. Actually, not doing that. We're going to go down here and we're going to start with the lockers again. We're going to make this. Where can I get it? Alright, won't fit there. So no double stacking, unfortunately. That would have been a very space efficient configuration. There we go. I can start labeling these and moving stuff in. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna start with, of course, titanium. I know at some point I'm going to want a lot of titanium stocked up. So we're gonna do like 3 titanium. Maybe at some point I actually can drill things out. We'll do copper. Like 2 of everything else. 2 coppers. Quartz. That should free up at least some room in the ones up above. And then we can add like the lead and gold, silver, all that. See that? We'll leave those for now. Quartz. Didn't really need the lead, but alright. So yeah. Nothing in there. Oh, here's thunder again.
Seek fluid intake.
Put 2 titanium. Actually still have some titanium up there. Alright, so we'll need... I got 2 titanium, that'll give me 1 more there. We'll do that for lead. That way I'll get rid of all this stuff in my inventory right now, and that will... without having to put anything up here. I'm thinking for the most part, things like... I usually don't need a huge amount of diamond in one session, you know, as much anymore, but then again, I am going to be building bigger and bigger on stuff like this. This may end up being like several levels lower after this for storage. Especially if I decide to go ahead and add some mods to it. I'm not sure I'm going to do that yet, but it's possible I might decide to add a few mods in the end. There we go. Let's swap. Oh. Got 1 I need to charge. 3 I need to charge. And then we'll move these down. Alright. More titanium again after I eat. think I'm gonna just actually eat enough to get everything filled back up. I don't want to have to do this again for a little bit.
Vital signs stabilizing.
There we go. I would like to see, you know, in this game, some more automation type stuff. You know, as advanced as we're supposed to be in this game, we don't seem to have anything that lends to, like, automating certain things. And the modders have done that. I would think you'd have that coming from the devs, but we don't. I'm gonna save real quick, too. Hello, Supreme Titan. Yeah, Ronald, you still have to put the reinforcements down before you have to do the wall lockers. But actually, you gotta do, like, even on some of the standing lockers, if you put them close enough to the wall, you still have to put the reinforcement in first, or it won't work. And I'll put some more reinforcements in after I've got some more partitions done in there. Actually, let's see if it even gives me the option here. No, of course not. There, yes, because I have nothing in the way. There, I have stuff on the wall. That's where the ladder's at. I'm still good at the moment, but we could use that. I do need to put... Actually, I'll worry about that later. We'll come back to that part. I've got quartz. Oh! Penguin explosion! I hope you saw that. They're all like, just like, all right, everybody, hold on, go! It's like a cheerleader type pyramid, and they all launched off of each other in the end. I didn't know we had penguin cheerleaders in the game. That's a new one for me. Yeah. Oh. I was about to say, I think he's trying to grab my... Oh, no. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. It's a good thing I saved, otherwise we would have lost like an hour and 20 minutes of work there. I can't do anything. Yeah, sea monkeys should not be in the game right now. They are way too buggy. Let's see if I can do this. I had to use this for that snow fox fix. No, did not work. So, yeah, we'll have to reload. That is bad. No, the cursor wasn't messed up. It was the fact that it locked me in. I couldn't trigger anything. I couldn't trigger my knife. I couldn't trigger Sea Glide. Nothing. It was basically I was locked in an animation state with the Sea Monkey trying to take my Sea Glide after I switched to the Thermoblade and slashed him. Yeah, the ladders are problematic, that's for sure, and it's not just this game. The ladders are problems in even, like, No Man's Sky. I mean, the more I play other games that do ladders of a similar sort where you can actually climb up like that, it seems like everybody's having the same problem with getting them to work in a good, fluid way. You know, now the ladders in the game, we do have a few places where there's pre-built ladders. Like in the Glacial Basin, there's a ladder that when you click on it, you just immediately climb down, and that's great. But it doesn't kick you off at a weird angle. You know, that's the problem with these, is it kicks you out at a weird angle when you're trying to climb up and down, and that hopefully is going to roll out. Definitely a lot of terrain issues still in this. Just everywhere in general, but more so in the Glacial Basin I've seen. Just invisible things blocking your movement. Right there, something going right through the terrain where I can't get to it. I'm still a firm opinion that this is nowhere close to what the original game was when they said, alright, this is the last update before full release. Original game had a lot more stuff done. Not just that they were in a better state overall, but there was a lot more actually done in terms of like the map, the biomes. There's more parts of the story finished. They are, you know, this is still a good 2 updates away from that point, I would say. So I'm getting closer and closer thinking they're going to break their plan of last update before full release and say, all right, we know we weren't going to do any more updates till full release, but here's an update. Let us know what you think. And it's got the new storyline start in it. Here's, you know, like episode 1 of the story, or, you know, chapter 1 of the story, and let us know what bugs you have, everything. I just don't see them doing a full release with a completely revamped story and not doing anything in the stable branch for it before that point. You know, experimental branch, yes, they're going to definitely have it, probably something in the experimental branch, but to not do it in stable branch and have a completely major overhaul to the story, I just don't see that. We're going to get some updates, I expect. And if we don't get any updates, if they stick with it, this is the last update we've got, the deep dive before full release. Full release is going to have a lot of bugs, a lot of issues, I expect. Oh. Alright. I think I've got enough titanium for now. Why does it say November 2019? Because that's the build number. I'm not using experimental. I am in the stable branch, and that was the last update, was the deep dive update. Was supposed to be, I think it was like right at the end of November. And yeah, we're good for a few more lockers. That's interesting. Usually, you know, when you complete something, it automatically puts you back to like that, but it didn't seem to do that time. Like, you complete a wall locker, it keeps wanting to let you build wall lockers, and that time it was like, nope, you have to select it again. Alright. The wall of lockers. So, lead. Yeah, I might go ahead and do lead just because I expect I'm probably going to have some issues with having a lot of it. As I'm going to get titanium, I'm going to end up having a lot of other stuff stockpiled because of that. So we'll do the silver. Ah, come on. Really? Kept hitting every button that normally will let me get out of with that, and then it would just not let me go. Alright, that will be diamond. We'll just do diamond there because I'm not going to be getting as much diamond. I think diamond they took out of the outcroppings actually this time around, and it's all just what you find scattered around. And yeah, so we've got that. Let's grab silver. Oh yeah, I need lithium too. I'm going to have to find a good spot for that. I'm getting this all cleared out. We're going to have some organization going today down below so I can finish my decoration upstairs. I think actually we'll do some more gathering of titanium and use that to do the lockers over the other side. Like over along the wall, and move the production downstairs and clear some more space upstairs. We'll start moving everything over here next, and instead of trying to worry about doing more lockers along the walls, and then that will give me food storage. I've got to do a refrigerator down here too. That's another thing I did not do yet. The fridge. I'm gonna do a fridge. I'm not sure, you know, I'm not even sure where I want to put it yet, because this stuff has got to come out. Let's go ahead and take this. We'll put it in. Actually, I was coming in this side before with the hatch, but I've taken the hatch out and I've moved everything else. I don't think I'm gonna need the power cell charger, but we'll go ahead and build it anyway for looks. And the ladders are here, yes. But it could make more sense to actually have everything here because of the moon pool. So we'll move all this stuff over. Actually, we'll move that up a little bit higher. Yeah, I don't play console, but I'm sure there's still tons of bugs in it from there. Yes, Wedge, there are Leviathans, but they're not as prominent in this game yet. You don't have them like all over the place. There's the Telecellerate in a few places nearby, and then we have the Shadow Leviathans down below. That are really like the major Leviathans to worry about at the moment. There's some others, but they're like the benign Leviathans, like the ones that float around kind. The aggressive ones are the Chilies and the Shadow Leviathans are the main ones right now. And then, of course, you have Squid Sharks, the Brute Sharks, and the Cryptosuchus, but those are all in the smaller size of Leviathan class, I guess you would say. They're not super big. I would barely call them Leviathan if they're actually being officially counted as Leviathans. We'll do one of these. Actually, we'll do like 2 of these here. That's going to be tools. So like snow fox and stuff like that will go in there. That'll give me room here for more wall lockers. So it'll be like I come in, you know, I've got all my stuff down here, and then, yeah, now that makes me wish I had this over here instead, and that kind of got messed up because of some of the placement on certain things. Oh well, we'll make it work. That's what this is about, learning where the problems are. And look at my floating water. Alright, so I need 2 quartz, 4 titanium. Do I have any more? Nope, I'm out of titanium again. There you go. Let's go get titanium, move everything around. Crater edge. There is a crater, but it's not like a huge crater type thing, you know, like in the dunes, and there's no crater edge per se. I have ventured out to like the edge of the map in one spot where it's basically just kind of the same thing. It drops off to basically avoid, but there's no that I could see. I never got attacked by Ghost Leviathans, so they're not in this area. There's not an actual void in terms of what the void is in the original. It's just, it drops off and just keeps going. You know, that's all it is. You just keep going further and further down. So you either turn around, you get crushed in your sea truck, or you run out of oxygen. Ah, come on, grab it. Oh. I just remembered I found a neat little trick. My new mouse has a rapid fire button. Very useful for breaking stuff. I always forget about it because it sits a little bit further over than I'm comfortable resting my finger, but we'll use that because that is 1 click. Ah, he's trying to rub on me. And of course, it doesn't do much for me on right-clicking, so... If I had a rapid-fire right-click, I would totally, like, kill him very quickly. You see probably a glitchy animation. It'd be like, let's see. Yeah, it wouldn't work. The animation would just be too slow. I'd be clicking like 3 times with one button press, but it would not show 3 slashes. Oh. Hey, he jumped after me. He thought I was coming after his woman. They were doing their little special dance. It's that time of the year, I guess. You know, they're doing their little mating ritual. We're gonna see some baby rock lobsters crawling out from a spot on the icy, snowy beach, I guess. Come on, come here. Come on. Time for a lobster dinner. Okay, he did not flip. He just kind of, you know, launched at a weird angle. And then just... like, alright, I give up. So maybe the other one that did the flip thing was part of the whole jumping mechanic and something just caused it to flip during the jump. Because he kind of like jumped a little bit there and then just... I'm tired. I give up. And I need quartz. Reason why I organize now. It's not pretty. It's not as efficient as having the mods, but it does work in terms of helping find things. Yeah, PS4, Xbox, no console access yet for this because just early access release element. But, you know, it'll be out later on. They just gotta get it finished first on PC. We'll go ahead and build. I'll put... Yeah, okay, I've got a bunch of stuff there. We'll get some food going there. May actually do, like... We're gonna do a couple of fridges, I'm gonna say. We're gonna do, like... that. And that. Right, get them close together. So we'll have one for food purposes, one for just water production purposes. So I have... No, I need some glass. And I've actually used up all that glass I had. What else can we use for the moment? We'll do this. We'll do just standing lockers over here for all this sort of stuff. And these will cover things like the miscellaneous things, like just the weird things I find that I don't have an initial use for. Really gotta get some more storage going. We might change up the other wall a little bit. Well, I probably will have like another floor below this just for storage stuff too. You know, expand out, revamp some things. Because I'm gonna have a lot of duplicate, or you know, a lot of extra stuff left over just from trying to get enough titanium in this right now. And let's see, how am I doing? I've got room. Let's grab our buddies. Wonder if I could dump the pinglings inside the alien containment. I wonder if it'll let me put them down in here. We're gonna drop these in and let that go. And yes, we do have planter bed in here, so we're gonna get some... We're gonna get some creep vine going. I can't remember. It's been a while since... I normally don't use creep vine in the alien containments. Does it actually still do the Or we'll find out anyway. We'll just test it and see. Take that. Just see if it actually still does any kind of seed clusters. I feel like it never did seed clusters in the containments. Only if you did the exterior grow bed. But I have a spare cluster anyway, so we'll try it. Why not? I mean, odds are I'm gonna have it sitting here and those will never hatch. Because I've let them sit for a long time in the past and they never hatched. Let's go look at the storm. It's another thing I've noticed, still visual weirdness. Ah! Good thing we used enameled glass. Come right up and there's an explosion on the ceiling. Alright, so you saw how it looked there. Clear sky. If the storm's still going. Hopefully it didn't just end already. I have noticed, yeah, see, it's clear when you're inside looking through the glass, but when you come out, it's covered up like this. I think we're going to redo some solar panels. Maybe next time, not today. We'll do like, give me time to get some titanium built up, maybe. Got plenty of quartz and copper, or plenty of copper at the moment. Definitely use more quartz after this. And go get the battery charger out. They said Below Zero will come out for PS4 in December. I don't think that would be the case because they've got to release it as a full release, I believe. I don't know how well PS4 handles early access type stuff. Now, Ridus, I know, you know, originally the plan was March, but they did announce with the deep dive update in November that they had hired a new writer to redo the story and the characters in the game to build better character development. They didn't think character development was good enough. And so, yeah, it's going to be really tough for them to get this out in March with a major overhaul happening. I just don't see it being the case. I mean, especially with as much as they clearly have left to do compared to how much was left in the original game, this is late year, in my opinion. If they want a good end result, late year. Otherwise, we're going to get something that's not as good as it should be. We're going to end up having something that's just really, really problematic and does not have the stability and performance expected, or the overall story, character development quality that we're expecting. Right, we're going to do tools in these. So that. Of course that, because I don't care for that. And wait. The extra habitat builder I really don't need. I think that's all the tools other than this right now. So I may do a separate one for just first aid. We'll do water here. And our food stuff here. Like that. I need a... We'll do batteries in here too. Why not? And then this can be like, yeah, the oddities. Again, there it goes again. It's like something happens occasionally, and it's still the same kind of case. The original game had it where it'll just act like you opened your PDA but you didn't, and it somehow lets me accidentally click out of the game. We'll do like a little... Actually, you know, we're going to do all the stuff in here first. I think I saw a scan happen on one of the fish swimming through. We'll do like a counter up here. Line it up. Since everything else is snapping, we'll just line it up like that. Okay, so it'll be a counter. We'll have our own separate fridge up here. Actually, no, we'll do the vending machine and a coffee machine right here. This is like the coffee snack bar for our bedroom. I'll do some food placements, and we'll do our trash can. Actually, yeah, do it like this. Again, out of titanium. Let's see. I need to find or need to get some more titanium, build some more stuff down there, so we get room for the bio material. We're gonna need a few of storage things for bio stuff. Thinking 1 for sulfur, probably 2 for lithium, 1 for ruby. I'm not gonna see that often. 1 for nickel. Those are all much more rare in some cases and not as needed as much. You think that the new story is going to be worse? I'm hopeful they actually are going to have a better story, just because the current story is pretty bad, and the fact is that the new writer they hired has worked on, I can't remember the second one, but I know this writer worked on Assassin's Creed series, so it's not like they just hired somebody random in. They've hired somebody that has a, you know, good resume. So they're definitely spending some more money now, I would say, on trying to fix some of the stuff on this. I just don't see them getting this out by March without doing massive overtime. You know, we're gonna do a locker here. That's gonna be salt, because, you know, food. Oh, oh, that's the salt sticking out.
Seek fluid intake.
Again! I'm back out needing more water. Let's get some fish. We'll do some cooking. Cooking, curing, getting some stuff like that. I'll grab some more bladderfish. I know I've got some more up there, and there's plenty of them around now since they realized how many people hated having to rely on eyes. He's behind me. I hear it. We'll go down. We're gonna go down to the deeper area. There might be some scans left I can get. Oh, there's titanium I left earlier. This one, where is it? There it is, yeah. The spot that has the little twisty root that's kind of covering up the opening. Didn't I already kill one of the squid sharks here last time? I feel like I know I hit them a few times. I couldn't remember if I actually already had, if it was this one or the other game save I killed them. I know it was one of them I came in and just said, that's it, I'm killing y'all. I'm killing all of you and not dealing with you attacking me anymore. I think it was this one the last live stream.
New creature discovered.
Alright. For diamond, we need blueprint scans though, and I'm not seeing those. I don't think I got all the blueprints or all the drops down here, but maybe I did. I feel like there should be at least a couple I would have seen already. They definitely made getting titanium a lot more time consuming in this game than the original, where you just go and, oh hey, I'm going along where the Aurora is and there's tons of metal salvage all around.
Seek fluid intake immediately.
And I feel like they changed something with the calorie and water elements of it, because I'm running out of water a lot faster, it feels like. Even after I was at full, you know, food and water, I'm down again a lot quicker than it seems in the other game. Maybe it's just because I have marble melons and bubble trees and all that more readily available in the other game. And you can't get that stuff right now in this. And that lag from entering. Alright, we got a little bit of titanium. Come on. There we go. Salt. Alright, so we're gonna make some water and cook some food. On the Subnautica page, yeah, they released an update. I mean, they're updating it still on the original game, but a lot more of that is updating to say like, hey, here's the below zero changes that are coming, kind of thing. I mean, yes, they did update the other month for the change. They finally updated to the new version of the engine. But you're not seeing as many updates for the original game as you're seeing for this game right now. And, you know, keep that one water. I like to have at least one piece of water, one piece of food as an emergency thing. You know, technically I could cook or eat the gel sacks. If I had it exterior grow beds, I could have a nice little gel sack farm for some food too. But we don't have that without being experimental. We may actually do experimental, as much as I don't like doing that, just because as bad as the bugs are in stable, I feel like experimental will draw me to that point where I want to stop playing completely. The bugs drove me to that point earlier in development too, where I just kind of had to step away because it was frustrating me way too much playing the game with it in that state. Alright, so yeah, I need, well, I have to do something for magnetite, the lithium, sulfur, and those. You know what, we could clear this out. That way I could just dump, actually not salt, we take the salt. Dump those for now. Let's see what else. I can take all this out too. And dump that. Gonna shuffle some things around. Actually, I'll take that with me and that with me. I can put that in like tools because it's a building tool technically. And that one. All right, so we got biological stuff in here. We've got, if I, yeah, that bug, if you're just at that right spot, like I'm 1 millimeter away from the right point, it acts like it's opening and it doesn't. So yeah, we got a few things here. Wow. It's so bad now, it takes your breath away. Health, food, and water. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna eat that. Alright, we got everything else in here I need to make some new space for. So that frees up some storage materials. And I've got all of those done. Yeah, that works. So we'll do quartz, and everything else will get put away. Other than titanium, which is going to be used. That, and we'll do the ion cubes here for now, just because I've got batteries in there. That's power-based stuff I'll be needing for specialty things later. More salt, yeah. Where did I get the water filter system? It is the base. There's two bases around the area. One's way underground, but if I remember right, I think it's the one that It used to be in the lily pads, was way out in the open. It's still there, you just have to go look for it a little bit more. But I'm pretty sure it is there once. It's what is it, base Omega or something like that. Where's the data bank, data downloads, codes and clues, outpost Omega code. I've been there where I was able to get in and there's a locked door you can't get through till you have the code, and I had to come back after a certain point in the storyline passing before I got the code. But once you've reestablished communication with Vesper doing the fits on the radio tower, you should be on the path that if you go find that outpost in the lily pad area, you'll be able to get the code and unlock it. The still suit is not in the game right now. It's definitely not something that I've seen. I think if it is in the game, it's creative mode only, and not something that's normally part of the game that I've seen. They focused more on the cold suit being the new addition to get that started, because yeah, cold suit is a little bit more necessary because you're being forced to go through the glacial basin and you need it to keep from dying of cold. Alright, so we're gonna do lithium because I need to make sure to put in something for that, and that'll give me some storage space for that. There goes our lithium. Move down, which is not that much, but it will help if I need more reinforcements. Still more titanium needed. Let's see. We're coming out with 2 hours, and I've been doing mostly looking for titanium the whole time. Let's actually go and let's just take the sea truck out. Where is it? There we go. We're gonna go and I guess go look for some scans around the sea monkey nest. Maybe I'd get some more if it's possible. There's something I've missed, get an unlock. If not, I should have scans that will give me some more titanium more readily than hitting a lot of outcroppings, getting other stuff that I really don't need at the moment. And then, you know, maybe we'll find something else. I'm not going to do too much exploring right now on this. I really want to focus more on just the building for this gameplay, and only explore and progress the story as much as necessary. Still need to build another range upgrade too, right? I don't think I ever did that for the scanner room. And yeah, we'll just somewhere along through here is supposed to open. Oh, there we go. There's a scan of some kind. No, that's the data box. Okay, so yeah, I've already been through here gathering up scans. Yeah, that's where there was a scan. Tight squeeze. Yeah, some cases the fact that it's even hard to maneuver the sea truck through makes me just really feel like they are really pushing to get away from the Cyclops in this game, despite how many people want it. I'm becoming more and more concerned we might not see it in the game. Oh, see, I think that's ship wreckage. Yeah. that visual glitch showing the door frame type thing. And we got a scan. Oh, and this is okay. Yeah, let's before I boosted my depth availability on this, so I know a place where I get some nice scans, maybe some unlocks. We'll go planner module. Great, something I can't build. You can unlock it, and it shows the question mark like some other modules do already, but it won't let you build it with the mobile vehicle, or the mobile vehicle bay will not do it. It doesn't even list it in the buildable option. So if it's a buildable item, it's not done through that right now. It's done some other way. And there we go. Lithium. Forgot about all the lithium being down here. We'll go down deeper while I grab supplies. Lithium, quartz. Yeah, we're just gonna grab lots of stuff. And there we go. See that terrain delay on it rendering in, and then it goes and does that where it's like suddenly darkens. There's a lot of performance issues still with this that I would not expect to be here at this point in the this point of the game, but they're supposedly so close to full release.
New technology acquired.
Yep. New tech acquired. It at least says that I've acquired it, even though I can't build it ultimately. And yet there's stuff I can build that it doesn't even say that when I get the final scan to unlock it. Now we get some more titanium this way. And quartz, lithium. Okay, cannot target that quartz. We'll go back now. Just drop this off. I feel like I'm probably getting close. Yeah, the map's designed to, I think, push people away from the Cyclops, or just make it where if you do build the Cyclops in the end, you're going to be stuck dealing with a lot of hard to, maneuver areas. And it's just not going to make for a very pleasant experience, I think, in the long run. Is kind of one thing there. Again, here's the new thing. We want you to use it. But instead of really giving the player choice, it's more of you're being pushed in that direction to use the sea truck. No matter how much you might not like it, you're getting pushed to use it. Just like the Snow Fox. Do I suggest the game? I definitely suggest it if you want to get it at a better price than what it'll be full release. But, if you're asking, do I suggest it compared to the original game? I would say at this point, it's a coin toss. It's definitely needing a lot of work. And considering they're going to be doing a revamp of the story, I can't tell you if the story is going to end up being better or worse. They may come out with the new story, and it may be one that everybody says, as kind of questionable as it was for a lot of players, the current story is better than the new one they come up with. We don't know yet. So I say it's a coin toss. If you're expecting something as good as the original game, there's a good chance you can end up, equal chance of being pleased as there is equal chance to being disappointed in the long run. Just because we don't know where the storyline is going to go from here. We have no idea just how much is going to be changed. And it could change for the better as equally as it could change for the worse. Alright, some more titanium. Rhinus, I know you think it's better, but I mean, the general consensus, and even from the developers saying they didn't think it was better than it was as good as the original, so they hired a new writer to redo it. Danielle, thank you for the subscribe, if you're with us right now. Yeah, I'm kind of, you know, at that point. You want me to recommend it? I say it, you know, if you are a fan of the game and you trust the devs and you want to get it at a good price, get it now when you can. But if you are at all concerned about how the game may ultimately turn out in the long run, then you might want to wait, because there's a chance it could get better, but there's also a chance this could get things could become even more disappointing in the end result. We just don't know until it's finished. And at this point, with the rework stuff they're talking about doing, I see it being more of a chance it could be disappointing than the original game. Because the original game had a lot of stuff done that is still in the game itself on the last update before full release. And they did take longer than originally planned to get to that final update for full release, but you know, in the end they gave us a good product. You know, we have still updates and fixes that had to be done, of course, but overall it was a good product. You know, there's a lot of stuff that people were very much complaining about that we've seen no alterations to during development cycle, and so there's a chance, you know, it could be that we don't see some of the changes people are hoping for, just because they don't have time to do it, or the devs think that it's just a matter of people being preferential to you know, the Cyclops and stuff, and that they just need time to get used to the sea truck. I don't think that's gonna work for me. The more I play the sea truck, the more I use the Snow Fox, the more I do not want to use them, the more I see wrong with them. And that's why I have spare batteries with me. Alright, so we got quartz and copper down here. I get me a drill arm going with a prawn suit. And the docking module. To bring the prawn suit down, I can... you know, come down here and get some more supplies like that, as long as I'm not being attacked too heavily. We are getting into the... Oh, there's some more copper. Yep. We're getting into the area with the shadow leviathans now. I'm honestly surprised we don't have anything that's telling us a harvestable crystal piece. Like we're going to have something, maybe with the laser cutter or something like that, go and cut a piece off of crystal for something to be used later. And more lithium. Alright. You notice this lithium is not glowing brightly. Like, it's not highlighted against the background like the lithium up in the purple vent biome was. But there's some weird, you know, terrain stuff still. How often do I stream? Right now, I stream twice a week. Thursday evening, Friday morning, depending on where you are in the world, I stream No Man's Sky, and Saturdays, I stream Subnautica Below Zero right now, like we're doing. I'm looking to maybe add another day in, hopefully, in the next couple of months. I've just got to figure out my schedule to make sure I can keep to it consistently. And I'm trying to adjust some things to help make a little bit easier and less stressful on me to maintain my current video schedule than it has been for the last few months with work and everything else going on. So I'm hoping to make some adjustments and add some more live streaming stuff this year, but that is still a couple months out at the least, I would say. At least before I'm confident enough that I would say, yeah, here's my new extra day I'm gonna stream each week, and I know I'm gonna stick with it. So it's not gonna be like, oh, I streamed for this week and next week, and then sorry, I had to stop doing that because I just don't have time. I don't want to do that. I'd rather say I'm doing this and I know I can commit to it. And now we're gonna head back with some supplies and see what else we can build for a moment. Matt, I'm pretty sure most likely they're going to be doing PC only first, and now I've got sticky keys turning on because I'm trying to press shift too many times to keep moving forward. I'm pretty sure it's going to be similar to original Subnautica. You're going to see Below Zero on PC, Mac first, and then it will go to console after that. So yeah, it's probably going to be end of the year, start of next year before you're likely to see actually hitting console, I would say. Oh, you can see my, well, you could see my alien containment. Big Guns, yes, I've been playing for a few weeks now on Below Zero. It's just I'm finally streaming Below Zero. This is stream number 3, but I'm several episodes in on my videos for it. So I finally switched, but only because they did the final update before full release. I'm starting to question if that actually is going to be the case. I'm thinking we're going to see more updates before full release at this point. That's just a lot of faith to put into one big update from this point and not testing anything any further. With as much as they have to do, I would expect them to want to really test it with a lot of players before they go and do, here's full release, you know, just out of nowhere. Even experimental, as much as they find problematic and experimental at times, that doesn't mean they're going to find everything from it, you know, after that. Let's see, we've got sulfur, ruby, nickel. Now I'm going to go do one of each, because I don't think I'll need that much of those. Drop the other stuff out of storage. I also hope we get an improved option for the moon pool. Maybe an extension. Doesn't have to be an entirely separate moon pool. Some kind of extension that you can build, and it expands it out longer to accommodate the sea truck modules. So if you put the storage module or 2 storage modules behind it, they'll, you know, split and dock as well. Would be really nice, so you don't have to go and do this. Incorporate some of the notions from the modders, where we have automatically, if it's a storage module, it can automatically extract the materials, like from storage, into something, you know, storage on the base. I expect that to come from the modders at the least, if not something being part of the game. They don't want to do the automatic extraction. At least make it where you have some kind of addition that extends it out, and when it docks, it gives you a way, like a platform, to walk and get into the back of at least 2 modules. And we'll do, drop that last piece of silver. I'm going to eat and drink, or get my food and water up, then worry about using this last bit of titanium that I have.
Vital signs stabilizing.
Definitely ready for interior grow beds. Definitely want that in the game very soon. I'm sure they're probably, I believe somebody mentioned it was you could spawn them in, or you'll unlock them through command, but you know, they're not part of the normal game unlocks right now, and I really hope they do that. Yeah, the moon pool exit animation for Sea Truck has been problematic since I think they pretty much put the moon pool in where you could use it. It's just very weird Also problems I've seen with the animation for getting in and out. When you put the, not so much the sea truck itself, but when you add the docking module for the prawn suit, if you try to exit through the back on it, usually from inside the first time you do that in a game load, it will say enter sea truck instead of exit sea truck, and you'll basically open the hatch and then climb right back down, and then you can climb back out. So it actually makes you do the animation twice, which is irritating. But that's something else I've seen in the game with it, and it's just, yeah, there's a lot of things they're gonna have to fix before full release. The reason I'm leaning more and more towards we're gonna see additional updates that were not planned before we see full release. Or full release is probably gonna be a big mess of bugs. And alright, that's leaves me a couple of pieces. Oh, I've got a dead battery to charge too. Almost forgot. Let's go. So I've got my lithium. What else was it I needed? I know sulfur, ruby, nickel are some of the remaining elements. The bio stuff, yeah, I think I'm gonna do like 4 of those because some stuff takes up a lot of space, and I definitely need a lot of biological materials. Magnetite, we're gonna do 1 magnetite. Granite, yeah, okay. Got that. And the rest is the biological material. So, this side we've got lithium, ruby. I don't see much for that. Oh, let's do the magnetite. I mean, I might run out of space and need more, but I've only got 1 right now. I've got more sulfur than I do that, and yeah, I'm just gonna do 1 of those because I don't think at some point I'm gonna stop grabbing it. Alright, so we've got all the crystalline stuff done. Yeah, the 1 ruby there, or 1 diamond there. I may move lithium around a bit. Let's actually put some titanium away. I'll forget that I have it, so I have some reserves finally. We got another storm. Another thing I'm regretting building so high up is because I'm hearing every bit of storm audio. I'm swimming through the roof. Can I go in? Aha! Look at that, it jumped me on top. Let's do that again. So, swim up to surface, get in, and then it glitches me out on top, so I'm walking around. Cool. Maybe I can get easily on the roof and be able to build some stuff. I saw some quartz. Once this storm clears, we'll do some solar panels, maybe. No, we got like 40 minutes left. Again, I'll go 3 hours for these streams typically. And I would like to go ahead and maybe do some solar panels, but I want to do a lot on the roof. I mean, just because we're going for looks. I don't need it, but we're going to do it anyway because I want it to look like I got a lot of power. And instead of doing a big solar farm somewhere else, like I did on the last live stream series where we had that massive solar farm, we're just going to do a solar farm on top of the glass dome. And I'm going to do it along the bracing in the middle. So it'll basically be like solar panels going along that ridge and visible through the glass, but not like on the glass. Make it look a little bit more like there's some stability to it. And we're not just putting it on the glass and looking at the mounting point from underneath. You know, that kind of ugly, I guess you say tacky even, look to it. I see you, buddy, up there. I never did get to really kill that other one. He kind of got away from me. I'm ready. Oh, Crypto comes after me. I am stabbing him. Need to play with my new mouse a bit more and figure out a way to set a profile for this. And have a hotkey so I can switch profiles quickly. Have one profile with the auto fire button being normal left click, and then one where it's right click and I go battle mode. And when they come after me, I switch to the profile for rapid fire right click. And I just see if it lets me do like a super, like Chuck Norris stabby thing against them. That'd be nice to just sit there and be like, oh, you're dead in 2 like clicks. Probably won't. It's probably gonna lock it into the speed of the animation, but it'd be funny to try that. I have not fully healed since your last attack. Come here. He's gonna get his buddy after me, but I don't care. I'm killing you. I'm going to make an example out of you. You're obviously not very good at killing, because you took a bite and he got away. Let's see. Let's see. Where is he at? Is he still? Yep, he's sinking. What you get? Get oxygen back. Can't see anything. I so want to just be able to go in there and be like, all right, now that I got a knife, I'm gonna cut like a couple fillets off of him. I'm gonna fillet him and take him and just, there we go, crypto steak. That's what we need. Like, I mean, if you were transported back in time and you killed a Tyrannosaurus Rex, you'd probably go and grab some meat off of him, right? To eat. You know, a T-Rex steak. Why not have a crypto steak? That's weird. We got more water than salt. I think it glitched a little bit. I got plenty of copper. I don't think I have enough quartz for a good amount. Yeah, alright. So plenty of good amount of titanium. I have more quartz, but not great. We might can make this happen. We'll have to, I mean, I got 4 to take out from up above. And the problem is, I don't want to get started and then get stuck where I can't climb back on the roof for some reason. So, there we go. Let's grab, yeah, well. Let's go and build. Let's just try it. Can I even do the hatch right now on this? Cannot. They're in the way. The temperature from the storms, I think it's just a universal, like if you're out in the open air, Victory, it affects your temperature. Even though in some cases the water temperature is just above freezing, you're perfectly fine. So I'm assuming that the idea being the outside temperature is just really cold beyond that. So I don't know. I haven't seen anything specifically to indicate that these storms make a difference, like make it faster or slower. Variation, I just know it's like if you stay out there for long enough, it affects you. And the whole Snow Fox thing where it provides a heat source is great, except for the fact that it basically just kind of stops the effect from being noticed. Because, you know, at one point I was playing and I got out of the, I got out of the off the Snow Fox, not out of it. And what happened was, as soon as I got off of it, it immediately, the heartbeat started, but it wasn't like, oh, it's starting and it's starting to slow down. It was almost completely stopped already. Like, I could not, I couldn't have done very much longer. I was almost dead as soon as I got off the snow fox, simply because it waited to make it audible. So I don't know if it actually really does stop the effect when you're on the snow fox, but I know I've seen nothing indicating to me that the storms make a noticeable difference. Now somebody else can maybe say something about that, but I've tried to stay out of the open air, you know, land areas of this, because I'm not a fan of the way they've handled the land-based stuff in this game. My favorite creature, Ridus, I mean, in this, I kind of like the cryptos. I like what they did with the Cryptosuchus. It's got more detail than most of the creatures have had in the game. But it's still a case of, you know, in terms of favorite, I like the ones that don't attack me and provide a lot of food. And we just don't have as many creatures as we're going to have in the end. I think they're going to add some more from the original still. Because we still have plants we're not able to access in this. So there's going to be more on that going. The sea monkey, I kind of like the details they did with that, but it still has more of that almost cartoonish style to it. Like some of the fish, as opposed to the Cryptosuchus, has a much more richly textured part with the armor scales. I just find that to be better. Lots of oxygen or quartz over there where the oxygen fish are. I might do that later. I'm just not sure if I'm going to do that. Yeah, as long as you have the cold suit, I think you're fine in terms of temperature. I have experienced it with the cold suit where I didn't use anything that generated, like, help with body temperature, and it still... I got to a point, even with the cold suit, that I started to have my heart rate slow. You could hear the heart rate. So if it's supposed to prevent all risk from cold damage, it's not doing that quite right yet, at least for me. With a full cold suit on, it still had me being affected by it, but you know, there's still a lot they're probably going to do with that. And yes, it does. To me, it feels like you're being pushed to be on land more in this game. But at the same time, I feel almost like when I'm on land trying to build or just do some of the story stuff on land, I'm being punished for trying to be on land. Like, it doesn't feel like it is set up really for you to be doing what you normally would do. And let's see if this will stack correctly for me. Not. What I can do is I'm going to go in the hatch this way. Yes. And I think this will allow me to jump out high enough on it. If not, then... Wow. Okay. Okay, that's a little bit of a problem. That didn't work. We're gonna do the top side. There we go. Oh, it's not ideal, but it does let me get up here. And we can start doing the solar panels. There we go. And now, that probably was the bad direction to go in. I need to work from the middle if I want to aim it that way. So, yeah, we'll start with here. And make sure we can do one on each side, go in each direction. I want to kind of have it where it's balanced. I like the idea of doing it this way instead of trying to, like, place them here. Because you see the base will come out a little bit over the glass, and I don't want the base to be visible on the glass. I want it to be just like a little bit of the solar panel itself, but the ugly base that actually fits the glass is not visible. You hear already I'm getting like a cold effect. My breath's starting to get harder. Alright. But yeah, If the land, the sea truck, oh, the snow fox, that's all stuff that you're being pushed to use. But honestly, to me, when I use them, I put the wrong battery. That to me feels like I'm being punished for having to use stuff. Like, I play with the sea truck and it feels like, yes, I have to use this because I don't have my preferred sea moth or cyclops as options right now. But it feels like I'm being punished for wanting to use it. Almost like it's the reverse of what it should be. Like, you should feel punished for wanting to use the sea moth that they had it normally in the game, and be leading you to use the sea truck because they want to see how people like it. Instead, it's I use the sea truck and I feel like I'm being punished because I'm using it. It really feels like they want me to use the sea moth instead, but it's not there. So hopefully they fix all those, because I know that will be the first thing I mod to fix is the sea truck. And there we go. Alright, so we're going to have it like that, where you can see it'll show a little bit, look better during the daytime. Maybe I throw a couple of lights out there at some point, just to, you know, give a nice little visual. Might work pretty well, I don't know. We'll have to see. And I'm just going to dump a bunch more quartz in right now. There we go. That's not going to finish it off, but at least it will give me a nice set on one side. And we're about to have some daylight again, finally. Obviously, I don't need this. I've got thermal plants. I'm going to do more thermal plants. I just want this for visuals. And we got hail starting again. And now I'm out of titanium. And I'm dying. Now, how quickly you get frost effect. Oh, now the salt is 100% and water's 31. So before it was, water was like 56 and salt was like 5 or something like that. So it had the values reversed on the filtration machine. So that's interesting to have a bug with that right now in this. See, we're gonna go ahead and replace a couple more batteries. And get them charging as well. There we go. I have like 2 titanium left. I know that I stuck aside so I would forget about it, and then I didn't forget. So I'm not going to grab that. At least I can burn through some of my copper this way. And there we go, yeah. Yeah, it's, you know, that's another thing is we've got hail in the game that, you know, some of those look like they're the size of a melon coming down. You would think it would be severely injuring the player. That it's not a case of it's just going to be, oh, yeah, that's nothing. You know, it's a little pebble. No, it looks like you would be down on the ground unconscious with probably a pretty big head wound if you got hit in the head by a piece of hail, and yet we're perfectly fine. You know, not getting, like, there's no health damage we're seeing, no bruising, nothing like that. You'd think that would be the case, but I'm sure they probably figured, you know, that seems like it would be the realistic thing to do, but if we go with that, people are not going to want to play the Glacial Basin at all, because then you're going to have another suit or something like that to protect you from the hail, or you're going to be sitting there having to camp out under some kind of cover, and that's not going to work well with any of the places either. You're going to have a snow stalker coming after you. You're going to have an ice worm deciding to attack you while you're hiding under an ice spire ledge. It would make the game so much more frustrating and get rid of a lot of the fun factor that people have with the game. So yeah, we'll have a lot of solar panels, just not a huge solar farm in this one. But we will get further over. I could get some more supplies. Later, just leave that little hatch up there for the cosmetic work as it comes around. We need 2 titanium for that, and glass and 2 titanium. Glass, not a problem. Wish they fixed the thing with the ladder where it always puts you behind the ladder. That would be very helpful to not click and suddenly be on the back of it. I mean, it makes sense if it's one ladder, you step up and forward, but not when there's stacked ladders, and not when you're trying to climb up or down more than one level. They still didn't quite fix the problem with targeting on them. And, you know, instead we have a new problem with ladders. That's why I really wish they would focus on fixing ladders for this release, and then backport whatever fits to the original game. Like, there's definitely a better way to do ladders. Especially the targeting area on the ladders. And let's see how much. Alright, that's enough to finish some of the interior. We got like 23 minutes and change. So we'll do some decorating inside now. I'm just gonna load up on as much as I can. I keep forgetting to switch back to my rapid fire button. Makes it so much easier to break these. I'm probably getting close to full. Like, yep, 2 more pieces. So I don't break something and have to leave a piece of titanium laying around. There we go. You had bad lag with your base stacked way up in the air. See, I haven't built really big yet in the game, so I don't know about the building lag. If that's the case, like if it's a aerial, like higher up, I'm really trying to avoid building up in the air just because I don't like hearing the sound of the hailstorms and thunderstorms constantly. But you know, it's just a matter of also I haven't bothered playing this in a while until recently, so I haven't put in the time to build super big bases yet. I'm sure with the number of bugs that are still in the game from the original and so on, I'm sure that it's probably still there. I would be surprised if I don't have that same problem I've had in the past with this game that is in the original. I'm sure that we're going to still have that issue. We're going to find out it just does not work well with building big. So I don't think I'm going to finish, but I could get close to the end on that side. I got to remember that my access point is always on this. Keep it like the middle floor. So I got to remember that. I mean, this wouldn't be a bad spot if I wanted to do like another stack up and do a nice view, but I'm not going to do that with this base. We'll do like another base later where I build taller for the view itself, specifically using like a big room with a lot of windows so you can go up there and see out and just look around. I wish they would also add some more building like stack options for the way you can stack multi-purpose rooms and big rooms possibly together. It'd be nice to be able to say both, you know, you could have this where, let's just go down here, where we've got that point and that point. Let us have a stacking option where these can actually mount up to them. Like you see there, it's got a gap. And I'm pretty sure that's not going to actually link them together correctly. So it'd be nice to see something like that in the long run. Alright, so we got a good bit of solar power going. We've got scanner room. We've got, you know, alien containment relocated. Hopefully to... I would assume at this point it's been an hour at least since I put those in. And they still have not hatched, so I'm assuming we're probably not going to see the sea monkeys hatch anytime soon. I would assume the population is not requiring me to be that high, but I could be wrong. And it's really only been long enough for it to grow to 53%. Is it just taking that much longer now, or is it not like an hour since I put those in? Losing track of how long it's been since certain things on this. Finally, some spare. Oh, wait, no, that's right. Not spare. We need glass too. For one thing up there. So I am going. Oh, did I have any? Yeah, no spare glass. All right, so we do have some decorations I said I was going to do, and I almost forgot again. We'll go get that completed. Vending machine. And trash can. There we go. So we got a little like snack bar area. We'll put like some decorative stuff out there depending on what we're allowed to use. These are going to come out shortly. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and probably put together like the bio storage. And then these I'm not going to worry about labeling. I noticed I didn't mean to do this. I think I just did it because of that's actually in the wall. Why is that in the wall? That was actually embedded into it. Like, look, that's not building. It's building partially inside the wall. You can see that part there is embedded in that side for some reason. Another one of those weird things, like the way the picture frames work, the signs work. Yeah. Weirdness with the big room. They've got a lot that fits on it. So we've got our bathroom area, got our bedroom. We're getting started on this. I think I'm off to a good start on the base itself, especially considering how much I've had to go out looking for you know, titanium this time. There's no metal salvage. Just go here, gather a ton of that, come back and refine it to make titanium. Alright, so bio stuff. And we'll do these 3, and then that will give me that one there for the 4th one. That should be plenty of space for all the biological little pieces I get here and there. And that's gonna free up all of this. Yeah, one more trip. Keeping the heat fruit just because. Actually, we'll put that in the food area. My pinglings that I still can't place anywhere. I really want to find a way to. I want those as part of my base. I want them as like a pet on display, wandering around. The old lady gets a pet snow stalker. I want at least a pet pingling. I at least want them to be wandering the base area, trying to, you know, beg for food and hopefully not pooping everywhere, so I have to clean it up. I feel like that is, if it's not an option right now, it needs to be an option. They need to make them a pet for the game. And like one you can actually have in your base. That's just a, forget the cuttlefish, pet pingling. Pet sea monkeys. You know, the pinglings can wander around the open air spaces and then let us have the pet sea monkeys to play with in there. Like, if you take them, you could throw them out like the cuttlefish. Play with them. Like, they've got hands. Let them play, like, tickle game or something. And let them, you'd be like a seeking dog kind of thing. Give them a piece of titanium, let them look at it, and then they go out and get you some titanium and start bringing it back to you and dropping it in a certain spot. That is a mechanic they could incorporate and could give a really interesting, well, fun thing to do in the game. You know, have a army of pet sea monkeys. And then, you know, a drink to turn your skin green and grow your nose out. You be the Wicked Witch of Subnautica. Instead of flying monkeys, you have sea monkeys. Let's swap batteries again. Oh, yeah. That's good enough. That's good. They could do that as like a Halloween theme. At Halloween, only on Halloween can you get a special item, make it from something that lets you, like, have a cackle that happens occasionally. You're like the Wicked Witch with your army of sea monkeys. And if they could get the licensing for doing it, they could do like even a little theme of the music for it. That would be funny. Come on, have an army of sea monkeys doing your bidding, bringing you gifts. Who would not want that? Mary Kay, I am very much still on the fence on Below Zero. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be improved. There's a lot of stuff that is good, but also a lot of stuff that's bad in the game right now. And considering the overhaul they're doing for the story, you know, as I've said a few times in the stream, you know, it's basically a question game of, are they going to push to keep with the supposed deadline and try to get the game finished, you know, early part of 2020? Or are they going to focus more on getting the game into a very good playable state, which means probably late 2020 is what I would expect for it before we see the game then. Let's do spin around because we are in the last 10 minutes now. We're going to do a nice look and see the actually, let's just do, yeah, there we go. A nice visual of the base so far. You see we get this weird spacing on like the topmost, not the rest of it, just the top room that shows that outline along in the water too, along the outer edges as well, which is strange. Hopefully they fix that. But we've got a 2-stack multi-purpose room. I'll definitely have to play with it some more. Probably if I build lower. And see, here's the thing, is it attached here, but not here because I've got stuff in the way. So I'll have to build down, build reinforcements all around, and then build this lower so it doesn't try to attach there. And we'll have like one point that goes in, and it's kind of like the just ever-growing column of hopefully variety of fish, hopefully sea monkeys, if that works. And we're back to a whiteout. Well, we got a base. We've got a moon pool. We've got the base control panel. We've got water filtration. I've got food production going up top. I've actually got good power. Oh, that's weird. Look at that. Like a blue tint to the top, and then you get that blue tint kind of towards the bottom itself right there. But yeah, I'll get this done before too long. I'll probably try to play some before next stream and get a lot of quartz and some more titanium built up, so we can have some more solar panels for display. Get rid of that, so we don't have a weird floating piece there, you know, just something weird in the air. And then we'll build a level down, add more storage, more stuff like that. This is just the idea, is I could keep building downwards if I want, and I should be pretty much good to here. That's a lot of big rooms I'm gonna be able to build for that to work. And so I could do like another moon pool just for the prawn suit. We may actually go get the prawn suit next time, just so I can drill some deposits down in the Shadow Leviathan area, since there is plenty of copper and quartz down there. A few other places. But yeah, sorry, go ahead. Storage going, you know, I may do storage on this side. I may do something different. I don't know yet. I might throw a hatch over there just so I have an easier way to get in and out without having to go through there every time and be by the ladder. Definitely want to have some decorations here. So if you have suggestions for what I could do, kind of like a outside lobby area, and then of course bedroom, you know, living quarters suggestions, we can do that. Maybe some more next time and just see what we get. Yeah, we've got some stuff to do with that. And yeah, so we'll just do, again, more building in this than we do in the videos. This is all about building and testing out building stuff. The videos, I'm going to focus more on the story. But not a bad start, just not as fast now because titanium is so much harder to come by that we don't have metal salvage everywhere to just collect it. But yeah. There we go. So that's the base. That's where we're at right now. Good mod for taming pets. Yeah, that would be a good thing. Definitely, I know the mods I'm expecting to be popular depending on what the final version of the game is, how it addresses certain issues. You're going to see a lot of sea truck mods being popular. You're going to see snow fox mods being popular. You're probably going to see a lot of building mechanic mods being popular. Stuff like, again, decorations being brought into the game. And probably somebody, depending on how hard it is to code around this, maybe finding a way to improve and fit some of the issues with the partitions acting goofy at times. Like not wanting to build under an existing alien containment, but you can build an alien containment on top of them, no problem. I don't know, we're going to see a lot of stuff with that. The taming pets will probably see something like that, maybe something in that regard, depending on what they do with the sea monkeys. Obviously, there's sea monkey eggs for a reason. They're just not hatching right now. So I think it's going to be, it really goes back to where are they going to take it and how fast are they going to try to push us out. Do they want to get it to be at a good almost bug-free point where there's only a little bit they have to fix, or they just want to get it out there and then spend 6 months optimizing again. You know, it really depends on where the devs are going at this point. But I know they got a lot ahead of them. I just don't think they're going to be getting this out first part of this year. I think it's going to be second half of the year, honestly. I see why my creeps are not growing. They were growing. They're just growing like slow, I thought, unless they haven't moved again. Nope, that's stuck. Oh, it's probably I don't have it high enough. Or, well, no. There's the problem. Oh, I think I didn't finish the other part. I built the multi-purpose room. I did not build the other alien containment, so they cannot grow any higher because that's not going up any higher. So I'll have to remedy that soon, but that's probably what it is. They stopped growing, but still, yeah, it's what, an hour and a half now? I'm sure at least an hour now that those eggs have been in there and nothing's happened. I've put them in the big containment before, the one that spans half the floor. Nothing happened. There's certain things that are just not implemented yet. And I'm not gonna do this. I just want to see how it will look. Yeah, we could put this in. We could put one in here. Not sure what the blocks are supposed to be representing in there, but we could have that in here. Just get rid of that and have like a big thing in the middle of the room going around. I wish they would give you an option to choose between two sizes. Give like alien containment and it takes up like that space like you would expect, and then a big containment that can take up two. Or make it where like the other one's stacked vertically. You can build and stack two side by side. Yes, it would cost more, but if you wanted to have one in that footprint, it would be an option in here. I just don't like the idea of the way they've got it done, where it does take up half the room at this point and can't be rotated. They got a lot of tweaking to do. We're going to see plenty of modders tweaking stuff too around that. I know there's going to be plenty of modding done. It's interesting that, you know, that's the dead center part of the room if you want to build in it. But it kind of does mess up what you can do partition-wise in the rest. They need to look at some other building-oriented games at how they work with some of this stuff and open up the options a bit more in what we can build. This is a building game. Yes, it's a survival game, but it's a building game. You get to a point fairly quickly where survival is no longer an issue. And at that point, it is a building game. And yes, story-driven game too, but the long-term play value for most players is the freedom to explore and build. So, devs, enhance that as much as you can. That's what you need to do. Make it as robust as possible on the building system, because that brings a lot more long-term play value for most people. Alright, so, we're coming up on the 3-hour mark. The double aquarium on the eggs. I've tried double aquariums before. It still didn't work. But that was a much older version of the game, so they may have added that to fix. I'll fix the aquarium later. Yeah, maybe we could get some exercise equipment and stuff. We do need more decorations. That's going to be a mod I expect to be ported. The decorations mod will end up being part of this game in the end. And hopefully we'll have some more stuff, since now we have, I mean, you know, we have refrigerators added by FC Studios in the original game. Now we have an actual refrigerator in the game. Obviously, they looked at modders and said, hey, we like that idea. So let's have some more of that stuff built into the game and not mod-based, you know, from the devs. Exercise equipment. I mean, obviously, we had that joke about your exercise quotient or quota for swimming. Give us an exercise bike, you know? Weightlifting equipment if you want to do that. Maybe she wants to work out, lift some weights. That would give us some cool stuff. Maybe real couches, you know, with a nice back to them. You know, something like that. Instead of just a picture frame, maybe an actual screen, a TV, a monitor. There's a lot of stuff they could do decorations-wise. That is simply a matter of the cosmetic design and then implementing it like you do some other mechanisms in here. I mean, we have mechanisms already. A bench, give us a similar design, you know, or a similar basis, and just a new cosmetic that's a couch with a nice back to it. You know, some like a lounge chair, like a big, you know, Barca lounge or something that kicks the feet out. Something like that. Take the picture frame and make it a TV. There's options there that is simply a matter of the cosmetics and probably a little tweaking to the code. That's really all it is. So there's a lot they could do. It just depends on if they see that valuable enough or not. Oh, double for the creep vines? Okay. Yeah, I don't want to update to experimental unless it gets to the point that I have no other choice, and I do not want to add more and more bugs to the game that's already frustrating at times with the existing bugs and stable. There needs to be an Alexa. I would not go that far. Definitely not a Cortana. Microsoft Cortana, definitely nothing like that. Cortana, Halo, maybe. Maybe having something that lets us interact, like voice command type thing, where you could have it like, you know, I would not go so far as to say a tool in the toolbar, but you could do something fun with that, like we have the HUD chip for the scanner room. Give us a voice command thing that when we're in our bases and we have that part and say a module on a wall to interact, like a wall computer type thing, something like, oh yeah, the coffee machine, you mount, it's something like that, that you can have a button to open up a menu, and from that menu say turn off the lights, you know, turn on the music, how's the power doing. There's some options they could do there just for fun. I think that's more likely something we would see a modder do than the devs. The eggs are the only plus in the experimental. Yeah, I am not going to do that. If I update to experimental, I will be backing up my game save, which I already back up every night anyway. But I would make sure I backed up, and I would play for like an hour in experimental, and if it was too buggy, I would just restore from my backup and go back to normal version. Definitely not something I would do without a backup, is go to experimental at this point. Hi, Ian. Hi, Ori. Yeah, kind of jumping in at the very end as we're closing out the stream. But thanks for stopping in and saying hi. Thank you, everyone that subscribed while the stream was going. If you were here during the stream and that's why you subscribed. If not, then, you know, thanks for subscribing anyway. Just glad you like the content. Yeah, I feel like we do need something. I mean, we've got a jukebox. Give us a TV in the thing. Doesn't even have to be like truly functional. You can still do it like a picture frame kind of thing. They could go the goofy route and kind of have some humor to it, like Breath Edge, where we had the TV with Mortal Wombat. And the TV killed two of the guys playing it. So it was like, it said fatality on the TV. It was like that dark humor. I know they haven't done dark humor in this game, but they could do something like that. They could have like the TV, and it could be like, it's a TV and it's got Subnautica up on there, like the loading screen for the original game as part of it. Like that's part of the display, like you're playing a game based on the original occurrence of this. Like, oh yeah, we've got real fast development time in the future now. It's like the guy got back, told his story, and now we have a game already. They could do something funny like that, you know? And then still give the option to go up, or have that just be an image. Like you put the, well, let's say we got the picture frame up here. Put the picture, use that as the same kind of thing. Like you go in and it's default picture in there. You can use the loading screen from the original game as part of it, and then still choose to put your own screenshot. Let's say you want to have it not showing the game screen. You want to have it showing like a visual of the base or something outside the base, like I'm monitoring this is a security camera. You could do that, you know? Give us that option. A TV is just the cosmetic around the picture frame stuff. Change the cosmetic, have the same thing. Obviously, it can be done. We've got a modder who did it. You put your own music in for the jukebox. I might have to do like a crossover thing. If there's an option to actually put custom music in, like through some Spawn. I haven't looked at that because I haven't found much use for the jukebox. If there is something like that, they did just update No Man's Sky with a beat maker thing. I haven't played with yet, but I could go and do a crossover thing where I make my own music in No Man's Sky and export it somehow, maybe to here, record it to add in. If not, I of course have my own custom music that is mine that I paid for to use. So I could just do that and put it on there. It should still let me monetize when I'm doing that, just because of the fact that I would be using music that's mine, or use music off of one of the services that, you know, is a royalty-free music service like Epidemic Sound or something like that. I'm not even going to do anything to name it right now. We're going to wait. I'm not going to save at this point because I've used commands to change the time and everything. We're just going ahead and call it an end to today's stream. So thanks everybody for hanging out. And, you know, we'll do the same thing, same time next week. Of course, the No Man's Sky stream on Thursday evening, Friday morning, wherever you are in the world, just depends. And, of course, again, 4 videos coming week, like normal. I've already started work on the Monday and Tuesday video. And I've got a tip video I'm working on for No Man's Sky. I've still got to get and finish some work with the Season 2 Subnautica base, where that save is ready to port out for people to download, and do the video for that. So I've got a bunch of stuff coming up, but yeah, it's gonna take some time, but I'm gonna get it done. But yeah, that's it for the stream. Thanks for hanging out. Oh yeah, and we'll say goodbye with Timmy. You're like, I've been ignored the whole time. I see how you swirled your blanket into a big pile. It was completely flat, and now it's like he rotated it. Like, just there. There you go. Alright, say bye-bye, Timmy. Look, here. It's like, you gotta look up. Say bye. Say bye. See? Alright, he said bye. That's it. He's gonna eat. Yes, he is. He was quiet this time. I'm surprised. I heard him shaking a little bit as he moved things around, but other than that, he's been quiet. But yeah, that's it for the stream. Thanks for hanging out, everybody, of course. Timmy says hi, says bye, and I'm Mr. Spicy. Of course, as always, I'll see you guys next time.